Have fun. And that's how Harold lived his life, having fun. And so it began. I started dating Bruce, and everywhere we went, it was to play cards. I didn't play cards. I didn't know how to play cards. My family didn't play cards. Harold could remember every card played. So when I played, he would say, Renee, you're Renee. Or you shouldn't have played that. Shouldn't have played that yet. It was never rude. He was patient. Didn't stress about being my partner. I guess he was so good at euchre it didn't matter that I didn't know how to play. He even tried to teach Lindsay to play euchre at one card party. That didn't work. And for some reason that night, he called her Matilda all night. And they laughed and laughed about Matilda. Cards, it wasn't just euchre. It was queens, spite and malice, rummy, patience, hearts, etc. Again, Harold would teach me and coach me. Honestly, he played cards everywhere he went. With George and Glenna, Doug and Sharon, Ernie Lorna, John and Sanga, Our House, the Legion. Actually, anywhere he was asked to play, he would happily go. Because he could tell us jokes again. He loved to tell jokes. He would often repeat the same joke the same night, and he would laugh and laugh every time. Oh, and the next weekend, repeat it and laugh the same. The other things we did, we danced. Dances at Pinecrest were the absolute best. Take your own booze, drink, dance. Oh, and square dance. I learned to square dance. And at midnight, eat hamburgers. We knew what they tasted like because we maybe had a few drinks. Great thing was it was a live band and they played great country music. Then off to the Chinese food restaurant on the highway. They'd stay open on Saturday nights and well, it might not have been the best Chinese food, but we didn't know any different given the amount of alcohol we might have consumed. Judy and Harold rented a cottage on the north shore of Orr Lake, and he taught the boys to swim, build fires, learn about bugs and minnows and fresh fish and frogs and the beauty around them. And I guess that really stuck with you, Corey, because you bought and are living on the south shore of Orr Lake. Judy and Harold put a pool in the backyard. Boy, that was great. I remember Harold racing Corey and Chris. Whether it was above water or underwater, he would go length after length after length after length. And often he would beat them. He taught Bruce, Lindsay, and Jordan to float and to swim. He was so patient and say, just relax, just relax. Harold would happily help out anyone who needed it, painting, plumbing, for odd jobs. We were building the apartment in the basement at the house, and Bruce had done all the drywall. We were ready to put in the kitchen cupboards, and Harold came down and looked at it and said, Bruce, how are you hooking up the sink? You didn't put the plumbing in for a sink. So that day they put in the sink. And when he needed help, he was ever so grateful and thankful. Did you know he was a speed demon? He was. He loved racing motorcycles, and he would tell of his speed, the jumps, the wipeouts, and again, how much fun it was. He volunteered with the Red Cross for years and years, and would drive folks to appointments, hospital procedures, or treatments. I remember saying it must be boring driving folks you don't know here, there, and everywhere. His response was, I can talk to anyone, anywhere, and besides, they haven't heard my jokes. Truly, he lived jokes. I was truly blessed because I got to hear Harold sing, and I'm not sure too many people were blessed to hear that. I was trying to remember the hymn from my dad's funeral, and I said a few words, and he immediately sang the first verse of one of his favorite hymns, Abide With Me. Did any of you get to hear him sing? I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. His impression of Fats Domino was absolutely hilarious. Loved it. Genealogy of his family, the Johnstons, or any other family member was researched and documented. He very clearly told me, did you know your grandmother was German? Yes, I did know that. Binders full of information of which he could explain to you in detail. His memory and recall was truly incredible. The same for photos. Everything as you see in the room, every single photo, labeled, documented. He'd be appalled if he saw my photos. They were Rubbermaid tubs. He loved you, Judy, with all his heart. His family, Corey, Sue, Nat, Tom, Chris, Victoria, were his precious treasures. He just lit up talking about family and the latest adventures. Harold will live on forever in our hearts, and every time any of us hear a joke, he is right there laughing with us. He lived a life to the fullest. He laughed, he loved, and was loved. And this came up on my Facebook feed this morning. I think it's appropriate. Don't remember me with sadness. Don't remember me with tears. Remember all the laughter we've shared throughout the years. Now I am contented that my life, it was worthwhile. Knowing I passed along the way, I made someone smile. When you were walking down the street and you've got me on your mind, I am walking in your footsteps, only a half a step behind. So please don't be unhappy just because I'm out of sight. Remember that I'm with you. Each morning and night. That was sent to me after Bruce passed away. And I love it. So there's one for you all. Love you all. Yeah. Thanks.
That was great, Laura. It's not easy to do, that's for sure. Especially those last touching moments that can just unravel us. Well, we're going to listen to a hymn. Of course, as you know, that there was just this wonderful voice that wasn't even, broadcasted all that much, and yet it was something that Harold really loved to do. And so we're going to listen to Be Still My Soul. And while we listen to it, just think about Harold and think about all your special memories with him, and let him come to you in your hearts as you hear the beauty of this hymn.